Hey, hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Corvus Cornix, and welcome to Yacc, yet another Crowcast where I pick a game I played for a week and then I'll talk about it. This week's game is Stinger for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was released in 1987 and it's an arcade scrolling shooter, developed by Konami and also published by them. And also there'll be some spoilers up ahead, just so you know, but first a little backstory. So I started watching an old Irate Gamer episode or review of this game, and that made me want to play the game. It's that simple. But a funny thing about Chris, the Irate Gamer, was back in the day he was accused of plagiarizing the Angry Video Game Nerd, and it's kind of obvious in some videos. But enough about him, let's talk about the game. So at the start of the game you get the Konami and Stinger logo, and a cutscene plays where lightning bolt strikes some kind of structure, causing an explosion and the kidnapping of a professor by a UFO. And after that there is some demo play. And after that, you're prompted to select between 1 or 2 players. A funny thing though is that the Famicom version actually had an option of 3 players. So in this game you control a blue ship with boxing gloves, shooting and firing at flying tomatoes, donuts and popsicles. And all of this happens as the game scrolls along. So at the top of the screen you have the high score, because this is an arcade game after all. And you can shoot things at the ground, such as houses and stuff, and they will convert into money bags, crosses and bird heads. It's kind of weird. And if you shoot at the clouds, the clouds will drop bells. And the bells are a kind of upgrade. If you just grab the bells, they act as points. If you shoot at them a couple of times, they will change color from, I think it's blue, white, and red. And those are actually upgrades to your ship. So the B button fires and the A button fires hearts straight up. And the only use I found for the hearts are to juggle the bell power-ups. And if you get hit for any reasons, and this is a one-hit game, so if you get hit, the soul of your boxing spaceship will fly up, and if you manage to catch it while ascending, you will actually maintain the power-ups that you lost. And oh yeah, there are a lot of things on screen at the same time, so I had a hard time focus on gameplay. And now it's time for the first boss. So the landscape kind of empties and it turns into a black screen while the screen flashes, and you're forced to fight a slice of watermelon. And now it's time for stage 2. So instead of a horizontal scroll, it turns into a vertical one. And the enemies of this stage are red starfish, manates, and turtles. And this is where I got my first game over, by the way. And I don't think the only thing you lose is actually the high score. So it starts over at 0 again. And I think you have unlimited continues. And also picked up a power-up which was a moon, and it gave me sort of like a spread shot. Sort of like, what's the game? Contra? And now it's time for the second boss, a big ugly red squid. So you shoot at his tentacles, but if the tentacles remain, they will fall down and hurt you, and that's basically the boss fight. And now it's time for stage 3. So this is an horizontal scroller yet again. So this time you're in a desert with pyramids, and enemies here are metal blades, green squiggles, faces that shoots fire, and shoes and coat hangers. And the boss of this stage is kind of ridiculous. It's an orange water tap that it blows pink bubbles. It could be a saxophone, I'm not quite sure actually. So the final stage that I got to was stage 4, and it turns into a vertical scroller over water and ice. And this is where I gave up. This game is very hard, by the way, if you don't have the correct power-ups. This game apparently has a couple of bonus levels, and I never managed to trigger those. I don't know how you do that. But once you beat the game, it loops, and that makes sense because this is an arcade game after all. And I think I'll move into the summary now. So, gameplay. You're a blue ship with boxing gloves, fighting out random enemies, and trying to save a professor. Control, the D-pad is movement, the B button fires, the A button fires hearts, and the start button pauses. Graphics. So the game is bright and colorful, and some of the sprites are actually cute, but overall the sprite design is all over the place. So, I mean, at least they are creative, right? If nothing else. Sound and music. Kiyohiro Sada made the soundtrack for this game, and it's upbeat and cheerful. The only tracks I remember off the top of my head are the end credits and the power-up theme. Easter egg secrets and glitches. So this game was called Twin Bee in Japan, and it was very popular. And apparently the alien enemies of this game wants to turn the world into cotton candy. At least that's what the manual says. So in conclusion I wrote, yes, try it if you like side-scrolling shooters. So this game is pretty fun, it's bright and colorful, and the music is cheerful and upbeat. However, this game is pretty hard, even by NES standards. And there are a lot of things to keep track on the screen. I don't think I can recommend it, but at least I had fun playing it. So there you go. Anyway, thank you for listening and or watching, and take care.